Hello my dear students. In this video you learn how to find the value of a function. So let's begin. The independent variable x in the definition of a function is a placeholder. Placeholder simply refers to that your x stand for different values. Different values can replace the x, which means x is just like a container. We usually put something inside. Example, in the function f of x equals to 2x cubed minus 3x plus 1. That x is just like a container. We can put anything inside that container. So that function f of x can be thought of as f of the box. That box is now your container, equals to 2, the cube of the box, minus 3 multiplied by the box, then plus 1. You can see the box is just a container. We keep something inside, or we put something inside. Example, if we are to find f of 4, meaning what is in the container will now be 4. So I want to find f of 4. So I have replaced the x by 4. So I want to find what is f of 4. So f of 4 will simply be that 4 in the box will now be put in all other boxes. So I can see now that 4 will now be put in the second box, and that 4 will now be also put in the third box. So f of 4 will now be equals to 2 multiplied by 4 raised to 3 minus 3 multiplied by 4, then plus 1. So I will simplify this problem and get the final answer. So first I will get the cube of 4. Cube of 4 simply means 4 times 4 times 4. So that answer will be 64. So I'm going to have 2 multiplied by 64 minus 3 multiplied by 4 plus 1. And the next I will multiply. So I have 2 times 64 to get 128. 3 times 4 to get minus 12, then plus 1. I'll continue, so I'll subtract and add correctly. That answer will be 117. This 117 will now be the value of this function at x equals to 4. Or when x equals to 4, the value of the function is 117. Thus, in the function f, what f of 4 means, f of 4 is a member of the range that is associated with an element, a particular element 4 in the domain. So 4 in the domain is associated with f of 4, and f of 4 simply is, in this case, is now 117. We'll take more examples. Example 1. Let the function f from x into y defined by the formula f of x equals to x over 2 minus x, but x not equals to 2. The question asked here is to find a, f of 3, b, f of minus 16, and c, f of 2t. Solution to this problem. What we do first is to copy the formula for the function. Function is f of x equals to x all over 2 minus x. This is the formula for the function. Now let's answer question A. That is the f of 3. That is the value of the function at equals to. So there, what we now do, where we have x in the formula for the function, we replaced that x by the box. So I can have f of 3 equals to the box all over 2 minus the box. So inside each box, what I'll simply do is to put 3 there. So 3 would now be placed inside the box. So I'll have f of 3 equals to 3 all over 2 minus 3. You can see number 3 is put inside each of the box. So we continue. F of 3 would now be equals to 3 all over 2 minus 3. And subtracting 3 from 2, give answer minus 1. So I have f of 3 equals to 3 all over minus 1, and 3 divided by minus 1, the answer is simply minus 3. Therefore, the value of this function at x equals to 3 is now minus 3. I'll continue for b. B, we asked to find f of minus 16. f of minus 16 simply means the value of the function at x equals to minus 16. So minus 16 will now be put inside each of these boxes. So you have f of minus 16 equals to the box all over 2 minus the box. So I'll put minus 16 in each of the box. So I'm going to have minus 16 all over 2 plus 16. The plus is from the minus. Look at the minus there, it changes to plus. So adding 2 and 16 gives us 18. So I'll now have the f of 16 to be equals to minus 16 all over 18. In reducing this to simplest form, I now have minus 8 all over 9. I have divided both numerator and denominator by 2. So the value of the function at x equals to minus 16 is now minus 8 over 9. I'll continue to answer question number C. Question number C, we asked to find f of 2t. That is the value of this function at x equals to 2t. So there we replace the x by 2t. So f of 2t would now be equals to 2t over 2 minus 2t. There the denominator, I can see that 2 is common. I can factor 2 common outside the bracket, so I'm going to have 2t all over 2 bracket 1 minus t. So after cancelling 2 by that 2, we'll now have t all over 1 minus t. So this expression is the value of the function at x equals to 2t. Another example is similar to the function g from x into y defined by the formula g of x equals to 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. The question asked here is to find a g of 0, or b g of minus x, and c g of 1 minus t. Solution to this problem: first we copy the formula for the function g. So we have g of x equals to 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. We attempt to answer question A. Question A asks to find g of 0, meaning the value of the function at x equals to 0. So g of 0 equals to, so what we simply do is to substitute or to replace the x by 0 in the formula. So x when replaced by 0, I'm going to have 3 times 0 square minus 2 times 0, then plus 1. 0 square is 0, so I have 3 multiplied by 0 minus 2 times 0 plus 1. And multiplying 3 by 0, the answer is 0. Similarly, 2 multiplied by 0, also the answer is 0. So I'm going to have 0 minus 0, then plus 1. And this added correctly gives answer 1. Therefore, the value of this function g at x equals to 0, that value is 1. I can move to question B. Question B, we asked to find g of minus x. G of minus x simply means the value of this function at x equals to minus x. So what I'll simply do is to remove x and put minus x there in the given formula for the function. So I will now have 3 multiplied by minus x squared minus 2 multiplied by minus x, then plus 1. And simplifying this correctly, minus x squared is simply positive x squared, and minus 2 times minus x, the answer is plus 2x. So I will now have finally 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. This expression is the value of the function at x equals to minus x. I can now continue to question number C. Question number C is asked to find the value of this function at x equals to 1 minus t. So normally we replace the x by that number or by that expression. So 3 into 1 minus t whole squared minus 2 multiplied by 1 minus t, then plus 1. I have replaced the x by 1 minus t. So simplifying this further, the bracket with the power 2, that is 1 minus t whole squared, can now be rewritten as that bracket times itself. So I'll now have 3 into 1 minus t, then into 1 minus t again. That is that bracket times itself because of the power 2. Then minus 2 into 1 minus t, then plus 1. Opening the first bracket, that is multiplying the 3 inside the first bracket gives 3 minus 3t, then into 1 minus t. Then opening that last bracket, that is minus 2 multiplied by 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 multiplied by minus t is plus 2t. So I'll continue. I'll also open those two brackets. So opening those brackets give answer 3 minus 3t minus 3t, then plus 3t square. Then I'll copy those last 3 terms, minus 2 plus 2t plus 1. So simplifying this by collecting like terms, I will now have 3t square minus 4t plus 4. So this expression is the value of the function at x equals to 1 minus t. Another example is given that the function f of x equals to x squared plus 1. The question asked here is to find f of minus 2 plus f of 2. Solution to this problem: first we copy the formula for the function. So f of x equals to x squared plus 1, that is the formula for the function. And we answer question f of minus 2 plus f of 2. So what we simply do, to find the value of the function at x equals to minus 2, that value of the function will now be added to the value of the function at x equals to 2. So starting with the value of the function at x equals to minus 2, that is f of minus 2, I will now replace the x by minus 2. So I'm going to have f of 2 equals to minus 2 squared plus 1. Minus 2 squared is 4. So 4 plus 1 give answer 5. So f of minus 2 equals to 5. I'll move ahead and get the f of 2. F of 2 is simply equals to 2 squared plus 1. I have replaced the x by 2. So 2 squared is 4. So 4 plus 1 give answer 5. So f of 2 equals to 5. So I can now write the answer. So f of minus 2 plus f of 2. That answer will now be equals to 5 plus 5. The first 5 is the f of minus 2, while the second 5 is the f of 2. You can see it even here. So if I continue, 5 plus 5 give answer 10, meaning f of 2 added to f of minus 2, the answer will be 10. Another example is, suppose that for the function f of x minus 1 equals to 5x. The question asked here is to find f of 6. Solution to this problem: this is somehow strange. So copying the formula for the function, it says f of x minus 1, not f of x. So f of x minus 1 equals to 5x, and we asked to find f of 6. So to do that, what we simply now do, we are not substituting exactly 6 in the place of x in 5x, but rather we are substituting another value. Let us see how we can get that value. So we now take inside the bracket, that is x minus 1. We solve it equals to 6. That it will enable us to get the value of x that we're supposed to substitute in the 5x. So solving x minus 1 equals to 6, look at it. It will give answer x at 7. So it is 7 that I will replace in 5x. So therefore, f of x minus 1 will now be equals to f of 7 minus 1. I have replaced this x in the x minus 1 by 7. And if I count, this will now be equals to 5 times 7. So 5 multiplied by 7 give answer 35. This is the end of this lesson. Let us revise some of the things that we have learned in this lesson. In this lesson, you have learned that in a function f, the independent variable is the placeholder. We have explained placeholder is something that can take any other value. You have also learned that to find the value of a function f at x equals to 2, what we simply do is to replace the variable x by 2 and simplify. These are some of the things you have learned in this lesson.